Hi everybody. This video segment is going to be on emotion regulation. And before we talk about regulating emotions, I want to talk to you about the emotions. And so the first emotion we'll talk about is anger. Right there, this guy right here. He's a tough guy. Um, and he's kind of tough because he wants to protect some of the other emotions that might be lingering underneath. And that might be, maybe sadness, maybe disappointment, could be frustration, aggravation, could be an overall feeling like this. And so what that anger does is that, he says, I'm going to protect those other emotions because those other emotions can show how vulnerable I really am. And boy, how uncomfortable we are with vulnerability, right? So he comes out as tough and aggressive and says, "You're not going to hurt me." So, anger is okay to have. We all have anger, but it's what anger does to us, or it's what we do out of anger that can be disruptive to ourselves, to our lives, to our relationships. And so, sometimes we might respond from anger, like with yelling, shouting, throwing things, fighting, pushing, and those really aren't helpful. And even like the physical things we might feel from anger. So maybe there's a tightness in our chest, maybe headaches. We feel that tenseness probably some oftentimes throughout our whole body. We also might have, racing heart, and we could have, our hands start to sweat, we could become shaky. So to release some of that, I'm going to talk about two things, to regulate some of that. And one is disengaging physically, and the other end is disengaging mentally. So to disengage physically is basically like, getting up and removing yourself from the situation, or the stressor, the person that you're feeling angry about or with. And so that might just be leaving the room, maybe going to the bathroom, maybe getting a drink of water, taking a walk, going to call a friend. Anything that helps us get away from the situation. Now, to disengage mentally, we might use this when we're unable to disengage physically, like say we're in the middle of a classroom or the middle of a meeting. And so disengaging mentally might mean we take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe we repeat the alphabet. Maybe we count. Prayer, meditation, visualization can be helpful. So, just kind of envisioning yourself in a pleasant place and imagining what that feels like. So those are two ways that you can regulate emotions. Again, disengaging physically and disengaging mentally. So I look forward to reading your comments and any other topics that you'd like to learn more about. And thanks for completing the poll on the Facebook page at JS Counseling Services. And I'm sure there'll be another one out there too, so keep an eye out for that. So I look forward to responding to your comments and any questions you might have. Thanks.